little bit since I have been on here. So this is the Brilliant Wonders podcast, and I am your host, Josie Jensen. And yeah, it has been so long, and I do apologize for that. It's just been a time of reflection, a time of exploration, adventure, and self-love. And there are times where that's just needed, and I didn't have my ducks in a row, to be honest, of things scheduled out to continue to communicate with you all. And I have to say, I'm super stoked because I bought a computer. I finally have a computer. So it has been months since I've had a computer because in Thailand, my computer died. And I believe I mentioned this before, but like seriously, blue screen shut down. And then I would turn it on again and it would last a little bit and then the blue screen would come up. They called it the blue screen of doom or something. Anyway, it had died, and so I was able to luckily get all of my data from the computer onto a big hard drive. And then I left the computer behind. And it just goes to say, like, when you leave something behind, when you just let something go for a bit, what does that do to your energy? What does that do to your body? What does that do to your life, And this is a great example. So I left that computer, and when I arrived in, in Thailand, up north. Yeah, up north. So I was down on an island for a while. And then when I arrived up north to Chiang Mai, Thailand, I decided, you know what, go get a computer so you can communicate with your people. So I went and bought a computer, and you guys, no joke, it also died. Like, blue screen. Before I even left the store, it did the exact same thing. And I was like, dang, like, this is just really strange. First off, like, that, I don't feel like that happens to people, but it did. It happened to me. So then they said they fixed it, and you're communicating with people through Google Translate because the language barrier. And I was nervous to get a computer there anyway, just because, if something doesn't go right or something is wrong, you don't have a whole lot of opportunity to return it. So as I was, checking out, and they had fixed it in the store supposedly, and I got it home or back to my hostel, and then it died again. So I took that as a sign, like, it's not time to be working at that level. So I've been communicating with, the world through social media over the last few, month and a half, 2 months. So yes, I have been on and around, but I haven't been fully on in a such an intimate as maybe the the deep stuff. I haven't been talking about that a whole lot through social. It's just not where I like to do that. I like to do that where I can explain myself and have a little more time to engage and tell the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, the end of the story, so you can get the full picture and maybe understand where I'm coming from. So leaving a computer behind, leaving a whole bunch of data behind, leaving part of your life behind. Like, seriously, think about your computer. Like, how much of your life is really on that? Some people more than others, I'm sure. But it was interesting to actually, not only just let it die and need to get a new one, and then, go to Best Buy and GoDaddy, or not GoDaddy, what is it called? Geek Squad. I get those mixed up. Go to Geek Squad and let them move everything from your old computer to your new one, and you have all your data. You're just in a brighter, shinier package. So you see what I'm saying with that? You transfer all of the old stuff to the new shiny package. instead of leaving the old, starting completely fresh with new. No data, download what you want, what you need, not the old stuff. And there's something super beautiful about this analogy. And I hope you take with it whatever you need. It may not be exactly like mine, but just think about that. If you're able to completely leave stuff behind and start new. And there are ways we can do that, you guys. We have to be okay with leaving the old. Completely okay with removing ourselves from the old stuff and stepping into this new, and understanding that there is so much space. There's some vulnerability with this, because when you are leaving things behind, people, places, thoughts, knowledge, limiting beliefs, all the things. When you are leaving some of this stuff behind, you're leaving room for new. But you need to remember, it will fill up. And are you filling it up with good stuff or not? Or are you filling it up with new stuff? Or is it still, do you keep living the same lifestyle and filling it up with the same old junk? So if you're doing the work, if you're working through some processes, cleaning some things out, remember that it's so important to just really be intentional about what you're doing, how you're moving, how you're thinking, because those old empty spaces are going to fill up with something, and hopefully it's the stuff that you want it to fill up with. Love, joy, abundance, health, vitality, thriving, brilliance, all these things, right? So just as you're working through some of life, and you're leaving your old computers behind, awesome. And then as you've left the old computer behind, think about what you want to download in your new one. Think about that. Think about what you want to fill it up with. And know that, that's a really simple way of thinking about leaving the old computer behind, right? That's just not how life is, per se. But it was a great analogy and a great way to realize, that it's sometimes time. It's just sometimes time to let things go. And also, when you try to add something that you were doing before, I had my old computer and I wanted to get this new one in Thailand and continue doing what I was always doing because it was the right thing. But it said no. It was like, no, this is not, you're not doing this anymore. This is not it. And it woke, I was about to spend $1,500 or something to buy a new computer, and it just wasn't the right time. So I was about to fill my computer up with the same old stuff, the same routine, the same thing, and it was like a big hello, don't do this again. Start something different. Figure it out. There's things that you need to figure out before you start this again. So just a little bit of a challenge for you today. Is there something you can leave behind? And when you do, where are you shifting? Are you going to keep adding the same things in that you think we're doing, doing the right things for you? Are you willing to get uncomfortable for a little bit and make a shift and fill up that old space with something completely new, a completely new idea, a completely new way of thinking, a new habit, whatever it may be, a new feeling. Okay, so I just a little check-in for where I'm at right now. I am in Málaga, Spain. I'm in an apartment here, and I've been here for quite a few weeks now. It's been beautiful, and I've used this time to build community, and luckily I've been able to do that in so many ways. I, of course, needed a chiropractor when I got here, and I'll get into that whole piece at some point, maybe in the next video or so, or in the next podcast or video. vlog, whatever you call these. I'll get into that in a minute later. But what I want to say is the community that I'm finding is very similar to the community I've had in the past. It feels really good, and just very encouraging people. So of course I get to Malaga, and I'm super stoked because I've looked into chiropractic care here. I haven't had a lot of chiropractic care, and I can tell, and now I've been here for a few weeks under regular care again, and I can tell you guys, I can tell that it was needed so long ago. We'll get into that after a while, like I said. But I found this chiropractor through a Facebook group, and she invited me to Chiro Europe, which is a big seminar that a lot of European chiropractors come to. There's some from Australia as well, and like the whole world, but it is, it's very European based. It was so cool. It was vitalistic chiropractic. It was exactly what I've been doing for so many years now, 10 years. Can you believe it? 10 years I've been a chiropractor. So yeah, I went to this seminar. Didn't know why I was there. She just invited me, and she's like, hey, this is going on. I'm speaking at it. Do you want to come? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So when in Europe, when in Rome, right? So when in Europe, when in Spain. So I went to this seminar that was honestly a train ride away, and you guys, guess what happened? I won a Chiro Missions, I think that's what, Chiro Missions trip. I get to go to Europe. Oh my gosh, not Europe. Sorry, I lost my earbuds, so then I lost track. I get to go to the Dominican Republic and adjust in an orphanage and a women's health center for a week. And I get to help students learn how to adjust and just, adjust out of pure love and with some beautiful souls and all the things. I'm just so excited. But you guys, honestly, that's why I ended up in Chiro Europe, was I just felt like I needed to go. I didn't know what I was going to get out of it, and I won this trip. I seriously won this trip. It's like a $1,400 something. I have like a $1,400 cost to go, but I won it. So I am going to the Dominican. It just matches my travels and what I've been up to over the last few months. So I'm so excited. Dr. Peter Morgan is the leader of that, and I get to go and hang out with him. He's a go-getter, and he's in his 70s and has been adjusting for, I don't even remember how many years, a lot of years. And he started this, and I don't know, I think it was 120 some missions that he's been on now. Such a beautiful experience and a beautiful opportunity to be able to attend. So that's why I went to Chiro Europe, I guess, to meet people, of course, and connect and just see what's out there. So very excited for that. That'll be in August. I've had a lot of questions from patients that I've used to see, or even Dr. Mandy. I know a lot of you have been seeing Dr. Mandy while I've been gone. And she's like, they're asking when you're coming back. So I want to give you a heads up of when things are kind of coming around. I will be back in the States in June. It will not be full-time like I was before, because my brother is getting married in June, and there's just some people that I'm wanting to spend some time with when I get back to the States. So I will be in and out. I'll be adjusting most likely through Life Expressions Chiropractic in Bismarck. And so adjusting through there, and I will connect with people as that gets closer on the actual days that I will be around. I know for sure I'll be there by at least like the 11th of June, but maybe a little bit before that. So who knows? Who knows? But just stay tuned for that. Through these emails and stuff, this is how I'm going to be able to communicate with you that where I'm at and what's happening. A lot of things are going to be changing, and I shouldn't say changing. There's a lot of opportunities to move forward with your health, with your nervous system, with your confidence and all those things. And that's what I've been creating here in Spain. So I'm very excited to be able to share that with you once it gets closer. So stay up to date. And yeah, I hope everyone has had just the best start of spring. When I got to Spain here, I did a lot of walking. I've been walking a lot. It's very meditative for me. But when I got to Spain, I was walking along the coast, and I don't know if they even call it a coast. Yeah, they call it a coast. Sorry, it's a sea. So I was walking along the sea, and it was on a Sunday. So I was like, you know what? I should look for a church. So I did find one, and when I messaged them, it was actually the start of service. So it was right before Easter. And right before Easter, then I was like, I'd really like to connect with you before the next week, before next Sunday. Is there anything that I could, come to or whatever to meet you? And so, yeah, I did. And I was invited to Easter dinner. And not everyone can see this, but those that are watching the video, you can. And it says, a lot can happen in 7 days. And this is my friend Heather. She made this for us. I went to Easter dinner with her and her husband, who run the church. And this was sitting at the table. And it just felt like I was home and taken care of and loved. And I was going to be, in a community again. So a lot can happen in 7 days. And in that 7 days specifically before that, it's crazy what all had went on, between traveling between countries and meeting people and learning about my body and, regulating my nervous system in between travels and, changing seasons. I went from like the jungle earlier that week to, 40-degree weather, or 30, 40, it was probably 40-degree weather. It was cold. I needed to go buy sweatshirts and all the things. So a lot can happen in 7 days. A lot can change in 7 days. And this has been on, change has been on, what's the word? It's been on high speed. High speed change has been happening in my life since I was last in the States and since January 1. High speed change, and I have just been along for the ride. And in order to be along for the ride, I needed to be very present with what the ride was. So I'm very excited to be back, visiting with you, connecting with you, listening to you. I want to know what you guys are struggling with. I want to know what you guys are kicking butt at. I want to know these things. I know that this is a huge group, and I get to connect with a lot of people, and sharing content and all the things is great, but we're missing the connection piece. I really think that. I think the community is going to be a big piece to how we move forward in this, in health and vibrancy and in living a lifestyle that we're really, really proud of. I want you to be very, very proud of yourself and your life. And I think in order to maintain that, we need a community that's all doing that as well. Every time I'm in a community that people are all focused on a very similar goal, life is on a fast pace to our goals, and what we're looking for. And we're here for it. We just ride along with it. It's easier. There's more ease to it, and more support. And so I want this community to be that for whoever wants to join. But in order to do that, I need I need some feedback and what we want to do and how we can support each other in the next 7 days. Let's do that. In the next 7 days, how can we support each other more? You can send me emails, message me on Instagram. I'm at Dr. Josie J on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You know, just connect with me. Let's figure out how we can be really supportive towards each other over the next 7 days, and then go from there. I'd love it. I would love it. I hope to hear from you all, and that's 20 minutes. My time is up. Thank you for listening to Brilliant Wonders. Have a brilliant day, and we will connect again.